How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Windy Breeze here. Today I have some Spanish Fideua. It's one of my favorite dishes. I'm not too familiar with Spaniard dishes, but this is one I tried a few years ago. I love that I always make it. But again, since I went vegetarian, it was limited. So what I did, I just switched it up. So instead of, I'm not using the regular Fedora pasta, but I got some vermicelli, which I found is very, very similar. So if you can get yourself the actual Fedora pasta, some vermicelli, you're good. Again, like I said, the name is seafood. So normally it's seafood. So I've done it in the past, done it with scallops, shrimp, monkfish, but the substitute I'm using here, I got some tofu. So about half a block of tofu. Don't worry, I'm gonna have the measurements in the description. I got some black oyster mushroom. So this is gonna replace the calamari squid. And I got some portobello. So large portobello mushroom. So here I'm basically subbing this out for the shrimp. I have my parsley, have my crushed tomatoes. But yeah, so we already have the heat going here, the pan going. So I'm gonna just switch over here. As you can see, I know normally onions are used, but my version, I just love the taste of some technical difficulties. But what I was saying, instead of using onions, my version, I'm using some fried shallots. So I already had about the three tablespoons of olive oil going. So I'm using fried shallots, and I also have some garlic in here. But I just find the fried shallots just add more flavor instead of just regular onion, and just add some tiny bit of salt. Gonna sprinkle some black pepper. So yeah, so I'm just gonna fry it for about 2 minutes just to get it golden, and then we're gonna add in the rest of our stuff. I'm gonna just went off on our shallots, so just gonna scroll down here as you can see. So they're not golden yet, but like that's no big deal because I'm gonna be cooking these shallots as we're adding everything else. So like now I'm just gonna go in with some tofu. So I'm gonna turn the heat up a bit. So the shallots were cooking more on like a low to medium. So now I just have this in. I want to actually bring it more like a medium high. And again, it's based on the texture you like your tofu. I like to get I like to get it golden on both sides. So for the tofu, I'm gonna like follow the same steps that I did for the shallots. I'm gonna put a 2 minute timer. So I'm gonna cook it. I'm gonna cook each side for 2 minutes just to try to get some color on it, and then I'm gonna go in with the rest of my mushrooms. Yeah, so our timer went off. So I'm just gonna put the heat back to more of a low medium. So as you can see, tofu is nice and golden. Not all of it, but it's just enough. So I'm just gonna saute the mushrooms for a few seconds. I'm not gonna worry about cooking them too much. Well, they're gonna be cooking with the dish, but I mean, I'm not gonna worry about like specifically set specific time for them. Because as you can see, like our shallots are slowly getting golden crispy. So what are we gonna do now? We're just gonna mix this. We're gonna add our seasoning. So for our seasoning, I have some Sazon seasoning, some soap, some smoked paprika, and saffron. I know saffron is one of those things, a bit expensive, hard to find. I was able to get that at a local supermarket, but that's something. Yeah, I'm not sure. Depending on where you are, how hard it is. It is a bit pricey, but it is also a game changer. So we're just gonna mix our seasoning. Okay, so you can see nice, beautiful color. I just love the smell of smoked paprika when you're stir frying stuff. So now I'm gonna go in with our crushed tomato. So just like a small can. I'm not. Let's see. I might put all of it. Let's see. Okay, yeah. So a regular can of crushed tomato should be enough. Just gonna mix that. Now on vermicelli. So here I got I kind of like packed it, but it's about a little over 2 cups of the vermicelli. And again, if you're able to get your actual Fideua pasta, go with that. So I'm just gonna mix the pasta in with all the seasoning and everything else. I'm gonna do this for about. I'm gonna let this cook the way it is for about 2 minutes, and then I'm gonna add our vegetable broth. Yeah, so our pasta is well mixed, and so I'm gonna go in with our vegetable broth. And if you have water, that's good as well, or fish stock. Traditionally, you would be using fish stock for regular seafood version, but this one we're just gonna go with 2 cups. So it's still on medium heat. Let's see, I'm gonna add a bit more just to cover the pasta. So yeah, I'm gonna cook this as is on medium heat for 10 minutes, and then I'm gonna cook it more. I'm gonna let it simmer for about 3 minutes and cover it up, and then we're gonna come back to this. But I can already smell like the saffron, the smoked paprika. But yeah, this is looking good. So yeah, after those been cooking for about 13 minutes, it's looking pretty good. I'm gonna add some a Scotch bonnet to this. Let's see, this is optional, but again, being an Alamo, we love our Scotch bonnet. And I poked the Scotch bonnet with some cloves. So with Scotch bonnet, it's very hot, so you want to make sure like it's sealed pretty tight, because what really gets you, it's the seeds. I'm going to be adding it to Fideua. Zoom in a bit. Like, my God, you can see like the rich color that the saffron and the smoked paprika gave this. So I'm just gonna let this simmer for 2 minutes. And yeah, so we have our Scotch bonnet. I garnish it with some parsley. I added some lemons as well. That's optional, but this is one of the things I love, like, because I'm gonna cover this in all the heat, and then everything is just gonna sweat. But I love adding the lemon, so I'm just gonna cover this with some foil paper. As you can see, I'm not actually, it's like the stove is off, but I'm not removing it from the hot burner. The reason why I actually do want this to burn a tiny bit to the bottom, I love like the little crust, the crust you get once the pasta is burnt a little. So just gonna leave this here for 5 minutes, and then we're gonna come back to this, and then we're pretty much done, and we can eat. Yeah, so our Fideua is pretty much done. So I already got a piece out, as you can see, but just look at this. Take a look at this. It's so amazing, like very delicious. But yeah, give it a try. Like, I know it's different from the typical seafood one, but I found it's very rich. So you can eat plant-based and still enjoy your food. But just be mindful of the seasoning. But what made this so good is that the mushrooms and the tofu, it absorbs all like the liquid, the seasoning, and we have we got our shallots, just adding more flavor. But yeah, guys, thank you for watching the video. Give the recipe a try. Hit me up in the comments. Let me know what you think. And until the next video, I'm out.